Alright, how's it going? This is going to be a review on the Nabalis Canyon. I'll get into my thoughts on it in 2 seconds. I also have the hiccups, so this is fucking great. This is what most people get suggested when they want to start flipping. Oh my god. This is a squiddy, Squid Industries squiddy. I have it just to fuck around with. I'm actually not a huge fan of these. They are. I don't want to rag on squid, but I can't do much with it. It's not the grip. It's just the balance and the way it flips. This is a BRS replica. This is a clone. I think this is Bali Plus, but this flips just fine. It's not super good. You can hear tolerances are shit, and the play is phenomenally bad, even with the alt blade. Usually the balance is much more neutral with an alt blade. This still has a little bit of handle bias because the titanium they use is different than a real replicant. This is a real replicant. This is a toxic. I think it's a V2 rep. You can see how I could rip so much easier on this knife than I can that or that. This isn't all that sharp either, so I'm not super stressed about cutting myself through a camera. But I would say I'm about an intermediate flipper. And I like this. This is like my go-to. If I want to pick up a knife and just flip around, I'll flip a rep every single time. I love reps. Oh, I forgot to say, this one has G10 channel spacers. That's why it sounds so fucking good. Flips amazing. Love this knife. The only thing that compares to this is when I had my Archangel, but I traded that for an Archangel because I'm dumb. This is the Nabalis, whatever you want to call it, Canyon. This is $50. Let's go price point for a minute. This, I believe, this was a blemished one. But if you want to get a normal squiddy, an unblemished squiddy, they're about $50 with shipping. Like, don't get me wrong. It's all right, but, like, you shouldn't learn on this. This is dog shit. Don't buy clones. Everybody's going to tell you don't buy clones. Buy clones, I don't give a fuck what you do. It still flips. It flips really nice. Oof. It still flips really nice, but it's a clone. It's never going to have good tolerances. The blade gets beat the fuck up easy because I think it's like, I don't know, I think it's like stainless. Like really shit stainless. You can see how mangled that motherfucker is. It's also dirty. This goes for about $100. And this I don't want to talk about. I paid $500 for this. I know I overpaid. It's worth it to me. You already know how I feel about this. This is like the peak perfection. This is about as close as you can get to flipping a rep without spending the obscene amount of money to get a rep. First of all, let's just hear how this thing sounds. I know I'm kind of on a busy street because those motherfuckers just want to drive up and down. Not my neighbors. The neighbors are cool. But, like, what the fuck? Ooh. First time I dropped it. So when you get this knife, I'll get into flipping in a minute as I'm flipping. When you get this knife, it comes with a wrench at the tip so it can get through customs. So it has a little bit of shit on the blade from the clear packing tape that they used. But this is an all steel knife. It's all 420 stainless steel, including the blade. The cutouts are immaculate. They do have that from the machining process on both sides. I see on the trainers, on the safe handles, that those cutouts are actually still across. So imagine a little thing across there. That's just a manufacturing defect from the Balis. But it's okay, it doesn't affect flipping. And you can punch them out easy. There is an incredible amount of jimping. The bottom of the handles look very nice. That's the canyon that they talked about in their post. You can see that. It's quite beautiful. It doesn't help grip because these cutouts are all the same like depth. It also has jimping up at the top of the handles, which is quite nice. I haven't actually felt that jimping, but this jimping is perfect for like ladders and whatnot. Also, just the sound of this thing. Now, why would you want to buy a stainless steel balisong is the question. Because I had my doubts, just in the camera. I had my doubts. I bought this in February, and it came today. Today is March 7th, if I get this video out. Also, the blade profile is just... Now, it is important to say that this is a false live blade, so this will not cut me. This will not cut me at all. But I am going to sharpen it and make it a live blade. I prefer a live blade for starters. If you're starting off, don't use a trainer because you're not going to learn the right way. Use live blades. I know there's a lot of people who are anti-sentiment about that. I almost said anti-Semitic. But this thing, it flips. This is as close as you can get to a real rep feeling without buying a rep. It flips incredible, and the price point is comparable to the Squiddy. This is only $50 shipped. This is $50 shipped. The live blade, false live blade, is a little bit more expensive. I think this was $59. The trainer blade is $49. So it's a $10 price differential, but I mean, for the look of that, come on. Where are you going to find a $50 balisong that looks this fucking good, flips this well? Sorry, I'm looking through the camera. Flips this well, and you could actually rip on this thing. I could do everything I can on my rep. Fans don't drag. The handles do not drag on fans. That's my big thing. With the Squiddy, the handles drag really bad. Look at how smooth that is. Fucking butter. Watch the chokers. Boom. Boom. Let's go to the Squiddy. Look at how much the handles drag on that. The blade almost wants to stay straight up and down. And then when you try to choker it, it's just a nightmare. I can't choker this. I also don't like handle bias knives. This is very much neutral. The trainer blade has more cutouts, so it's a little bit more handle bias from what I've heard. But this thing, this should be your go-to. I believe, personally, not a dig against Will Hirsch, this is better than the Volp, because the Volp is anodized aluminum, and anodized aluminum is extremely slippery if you've ever used it. That's why I either prefer G10, Pure Tie, or something of the sort. But I've never really had a good liking for aluminum knives, like the Kraken and whatnot. But just, oh my god. Like, you could Z-choker it. Look at that. Oh my god. It just does it does everything you want it to do. Let's get into the specs. Besides that, it comes with extra pivots. The pivots actually look really, really nice. They're nice and deep. They're not those cheap pivots that you get from like really shitty clones and whatnot. Like, let's look at the pivots on this. You can see how shallow the pivots are on it compared to something like this. It is pivoted on both sides. I don't really know what the deal is with that. I haven't taken it apart yet. But it runs on bushings too. And listen, I'm shaking the dog shit out of this. And it does not tap. It doesn't tap. It has a little bit of play. But that's a super acceptable amount of play. I know people are absolute butthurts for play and tap. I am too. I'm more on tuning of the knife. Like how free the handle swings. I haven't touched this. and it swings this freely on both sides. Like, that's incredible. The sound is incredible. The feel of the bead blast, wow, if that was a live blade, I would have got fucked up. The feel of the bead blast feels really nice. They also sell an acid wash, which is literally like that color black, which is nice, but I like raw metal look. Bead blast provides a very good amount of grip. Like, you could do everything you want to do on this knife. You could do everything. As I'm fucking it up. The one thing, if you are a beginner, that tip is quite wicked, which I think I might have tipped it a little bit. Which is fine, I don't really care. That tip, oh, there it is. That tip is wicked. That'll really, really get you if you're not, like, super careful. But overall, I think this is the best $50 knife that you could possibly buy. This dude, Brandon, balisong flipping, he has like 200K subscribers on YouTube. He said that this knife is not out yet. Do not listen to him. He has awful information. Oh, look at this. You could backhand fan it too. Let's try a backhand fan to Squiddy. It just looks so dog shit. You could tell how much it wobbles. It doesn't want to stay in my hand. Get the fuck out of here. This thing, backhand fans, it does everything you want it to do. Everything you want it to do. And more. And it's better than any aluminum balisong that you can get on the market. At least aluminum balisong. I'm not talking like the Nautilus where it has like G10 on it. Any raw aluminum or anodized aluminum, this is better than that. This thing rips. Give it a shot. I don't know when they'll be back in stock, but they are out. They are released, so don't listen to false information. The bushings are tuned immaculately. This is just a really, really, really good knife for the price. $59 for the false live and $49 for the trainer. Plus, just listen up. It rings not as much as a Max Ace Petrol, but it just sounds so nice. I'll give an update in like a week or two because I'm going to daily drive this. But I think if you're not buying this, you're sleeping at the sticks because this thing is really fucking nice. I'm going to send out this video with just a little bit of flipping. Just flipping, no talking. It's just good. Go out, buy it. I prefer the live blade. It's more neutral. False live blade. It's more neutral. But dude, come on. You cannot beat this. This literally stands the test of time with my rep. And that's saying something. I've had my rep for 2 years. It's the longest time I've ever had a knife. I know people are complaining about the weight. Just get good. Your fingers should not be that weak from flipping. My fingers are all fucked up from flipping live blades. I've been flipping since like 2015. I'm not super good, but still. This is... You should get used to this quite quick. It's better than that piece of garbage out there. Buy this. You will not be sorry, I promise.